vlog. Today I'm heading with some friends to Horsey Gap and I thought, why not bring you with me? Horsey Gap has a seal colony, which is why we're going. I'm very excited to see them. It should be okay this time of year. We should see some seals. If we don't, it's going to be slightly disappointing. I'm all ready, so let me show you my outfit. I'm wearing this light sage green dress from ASOS that I got I think last year, but it's this linen fabric. It's very breathable, it's very light, so I thought it'd be lovely for the beach. I'm not bringing a swimsuit because I'm sure it's going to be very cold. I mean, it should be one of the hottest days of the year, however, I bet the water's still going to be very chilly. I'm going to bring this basket bag with me. This is from Nunu. I love this. I got this last year, but they bring it back every year and it was my most worn bag last year. This year not so much, just because it hasn't been that warm, but it's very practical because it's got these shorter straps and these longer straps. On my feet I'll be wearing either sandals or flip-flops, I haven't decided yet. And let me show you my accessories. I'm wearing these river pearl earrings. My first ring is this plastic one that I've had for years and years and years. On the other hand, I'm wearing this Seb Brown signet ring with a little pearl, which I thought would harmonise nicely with the earrings. And on my left wrist, I'm wearing this vintage bracelet, which has these lovely etchings on it. I'm all ready, apart from mascara, which I will apply when we get there because I want to nap in the car. And apart from that, we're ready to go. Space at Horsey Gap. There's a pay and display machine here that accepts both cash and card, which is really convenient. If you want to see the seals, there's a gate to the right hand side that gives you access to the dunes, which is far flatter land, and it's easier to walk to the seals if you go via the dunes. You can also walk along the beach. It's about a 10-15 minute walk. However, if you go via the dunes, it's a lot flatter and a lot easier, so if you're coming with kids or if you don't fancy walking through sand, which can be quite tricky, then that's the best way to go, via the right hand side gate. And you're just going to head right side of the beach basically and walk along there until you spot them. You're gonna go see the seals, hopefully they're there, and yeah, pretty good. The sun is beaming down, it's about 10 AM, but I've got my hat, I've got my sunnies, and I'm ready to go. Quite a steep uphill walk from the car park to the beach, and it is so much harder on sand. I don't know how people run on sand, but I can hardly stumble in a straight line. It's not a pebbly beach like you have in Brighton, so you can walk around barefoot, there isn't a problem. As you get slightly closer to the water, there are some shells, but you can walk around them, it's fine. And in case you're wondering, is the water warm? It's not. It's really, really cold, and I will not be dipping more than an ankle or two into the water just because it is freezing. I'm sure the seals are loving it and they're thinking it's so hot here, but no, it's not. Over the dunes you can kind of see there's some sort of grassy plains, and it looks so much so like this natural reserve in Las Vegas. There's a beautiful sort of cactus reserve, I would say, in the exterior of the city, and it looks so much like that. It's all sort of like dry grass, and oh, there's a hole here. It's really beautiful, and it kind of lends itself in that way to that arid landscape. Sort of reminds me of that. The grass is so tall here, and there are some wildflowers that are really beautiful, little yellow ones. And there's the sea just making its noise. It's just lovely. It's so peaceful and so quiet. I've spotted some seals in the water, but I haven't found the colony. I'm just thinking I'll walk until I find somewhere, until I'm too tired to walk anymore. I would recommend wearing shoes on the dunes. I'm not. I left them back at the blanket on the sand, and it's a little bit pinchy because of the grass. However, oh, people are waving. Hello. Yeah. Anyway, it's a little bit pinchy on the feet. However, it's manageable, it's alright. And it is a lot more flat and easy to walk than the sand. However, not impossible. So you can go either way. Oh my god, look at that. It looks really misty in the distance, if you see that. It's sort of quite blue, like there's, I don't know, an airiness or like heaviness, like there's clouds just sinking down. So interesting. I don't know why that's happening, because it's not very humid, but it's really lovely. And yeah, that's sort of landscape that you kind of see in Nevada, where it's really dry, and in the distance you can kind of make out little shapes, which is why I was kind of thinking of that while I was looking here. But you couldn't be further from the desert of Nevada here in Norfolk. I found the seal colony, it's right behind me. However, here on the sand, there's a little seal pup. Oh my god, look at it! It is so sweet. I don't know why it's here. I don't know if it's sickly or poorly. However, it's not moving around very much. I mean, it's alive, obviously. It's kind of looking around, but I don't know why it's not in the water or with the rest of the colony. It's just sort of sitting. I don't know. It might be worth actually calling someone. There's really poor signal here. However, I've never seen a seal so close up, and he's so gentle. He's just kind of looking up and looking around. I wonder if he needs help. Oh my god, he's so sweet. Look at him. He's just like, he's right there. Like, look. He's so precious. Oh, I love seals, and I've only ever seen them on the internet, and this is so surreal. My goodness, I think we should call someone, actually. The RSPCA or someone, so that they can like have a look at him, because bless him, he shouldn't just be sitting here in the sun away from his colony, I don't think. Behind me, there are so many. There's quite a lot. None of them are as small as the little pup that is just behind these rocks, so like there isn't a lot of distance between them and him. I think he could probably hear them or something, but I don't know why he isn't with the rest of the colony, because he's so small. So he's right over there, like behind these rocks, and they're right over here behind me. And there's so many, and you can kind of see them waddling in and out of the water. It's so cute. And they're all along here, so from here all the way back to where the car park is, they keep swimming around. But I don't know if they know that the pup is there. Someone needs to be notified. I'm going to make sure that I either call or go to one of the people there. It's so fascinating. And indeed, they are just sitting here on the beach, about 15 minutes away from the car park. Be careful as you come down from the dunes, which are right behind me, because it's really, really steep. There isn't a place really to go down. You kind of just have to find a little opening and just make sure that you don't just slide on your tush as you go down. Oh, actually, no, I'm mistaken. There are some stairs over there. I should have probably taken those, but oh, I'm so happy. Look, oh, the seals. There are so many of them, and they're so cute with their little noses and their faces and their big black eyes. It's adorable. It's so worth coming here just to see them, especially in the wild. It's such a treat, but of course don't get too close, stay at a safe distance. Don't want to stress them. And there's so many people here just taking photos to the right of me, but I've kind of come off to the side. Yeah, they're very, very sweet. I'm really enjoying this. Now it's about 3 p.m. almost, and the sun is just beating down. I've put on this linen shirt over the top because I want to kind of protect from the sun because it's gotten quite aggressive. There are a lot of people at this end of the beach. However, if you go rightwards towards where the seals are, it's absolutely barren. It's really lovely. And we also found a little shady spot, which was good. So it's been very nice. We've been snacking, but there's like a 0 footprint policy here. So anything you bring with you, you obviously have to take away. There aren't any toilets, so beware of that. And I think the only con of this beach is that it's dog friendly, and I can see dogs peeing everywhere. Like, you have to kind of walk around the pee. And there's also seal poop, so you also have to walk around the seal poop and the dog pee. But apart from that, it's really lovely. It's not very windy on the beach at all. It's quite good, it's quite sheltered, just because there's kind of like a little dip where the beach is, and the dunes sort of protect you from any wind. Now I'm going to get in the car and we're going to head into town and maybe even find a nice fish and chip spot, because it's always a tradition that we go and grab fish and chips because you're by the beach, so it's great to eat whatever, you know, the locals catch. This is lovely Cromer. I think the last time I was here I was on a school trip. I can hardly remember it. It was maybe a decade ago or something. So it's really nice to come here and see it when the weather's so nice and it's so warm. It's wonderful, especially now that the sun's sort of calmed down. It was about 40-50 minutes away from Horsey Gap. Now we're here, it's about 5 in the afternoon, and I think we are ready to have some food. View from the top here, and you can see the pier just behind me. It's such a classic sort of English style pier. I really love it. It feels very authentic, and I bet it's been here for 100 years and seen plenty of things. I find it incredible how some of the town was just built up on these rocks, and some of the houses even have little balconies, which is very sweet. And I love the colours. You've got a blue house and a yellow one and a pink one. The beach here is also very pebbly, so if you're into a very sandy beach, then it's worth going southwards a little bit where the seals are, because that's where you get really sandy beaches. Here there are a lot of pebbles and they don't look very comfortable to sit on. Walking through the streets, the only place that was open was a gift shop. I didn't pick up anything, but it had very cute, like very stereotypical things, and it's really nice, I think, going in and sort of browsing these things. They're so quaint and typical that it's almost endearing when you see them. Still haven't found a fish and chip shop or anywhere great to eat. A lot of places are closed, ironically, on a Saturday. I don't know why. They're probably not expecting this really hot weather and this big influx of people. So everywhere's pretty much closed quite early, like around 5 p.m. Found the best spot for finding crabs and like crab fishing. What is it called? A crustacean station. Basically, you've got these nets and they have some bait inside, and then you drop them in, and then you can like pull out a crustacean. And they were just coming one after the other, and I caught my first one. It was so cute, and we let all of them go, of course, back into the wild so they can go back to their mummies and daddies. But it was so cute, and now we're just watching the most beautiful sunset. I mean, the colours are incredible. They're just gorgeous. I mean, look at this. Stunning. That's the town, and then that's the sunset. It's so beautiful. So many rich colours of pink and orange and lavender, and it's gorgeous. I mean, the sky is just melting into the sea. It's been the most perfect evening. And the weather's lovely, and it's so warm, and the twinkle lights are coming on. So yeah, just a lovely, lovely walk. The pier is wonderful, and it's not very crowded, so that's also nice. I'm home and I am exhausted, and I am ready to have a shower and get into bed because today was very, very long. It's 1 a.m. now and I just could not be more exhausted. However, today was completely worth it. The fact that we saw seals was a complete highlight. I did not even think that it was going to happen, because as soon as we walked onto the beach we could kind of see a few little heads bopping in the water. However, there were no seals on land. You really had to walk quite a way, and to find the colony was just an absolute dream and a treat. And the seal pup, we did speak to someone and we made them aware of the situation, and they said it was completely normal for pups to be out on their own because they would still be supervised from the water by adults. And I could see as we were leaving that the pup was actually waddling more inland, so he could have gone towards the water, but he chose not to. So I think he's completely safe and he lives on another day, so that's really lovely. And Cromer is a place that I would love to go back to. The architecture's really pretty and the narrow streets are very quaint, and the fish and chip place was delicious. They have really great quality fish that they actually would catch that day, and it was from Cromer, so that's really nice that we could go somewhere and support the local fishing industry. The pier, though not as big as some of the other ones in England like Brighton's, it was really cute and quaint and full of personality. Crab fishing was immensely fun. I had been fishing before, never crab fishing, but I think I'm a pro now after catching just one. Well, I only did try for one, so it's like 1 of 1. So I'm gonna say it was a good score. All crabs were returned safely. There were no victims, you know. we just like sort of popped them out of the water and then plopped them back in very safely. So all crabs and all seals today live on. The shops seem really adorable as well, however we didn't get to go in any of them because it was so late, and we got a lovely send off with a beautiful sort of caramel velvety sunset full of like pinks and oranges and purples and blues, and it was lovely to just leave Cromer with that sunset and that beautiful just landscape. It was stunning. So yeah, couldn't have wished for better. The weather was amazing, no wind, so warm, just superb, and I feel like I really made the most of today. I'm so glad we went, and it was the perfect place to go to. And now I am going to say good morning, good evening, or good night to you, depending on what you're up to. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Thank you for coming with me, and subscribe for more.